This morning we are going to solve European Olympiad Mathematics Question. The question says solve 3x plus y equals to 8 and xy equals to 8. Now solution. Now we have 3x plus y equals to 8. Label it to be equation 1. xy equals to 8. Label it to be equation 2. Now we have two equations now. So we will now make y to be subject of the formula in equation 1. So we say make y to be subject of the formula in equation 1. Now equation 1 says 3x plus y equals to 8. So which means 3x plus y equals to 8. Then for us to make y subject of the formula, we take 3x to the other side. So we now have y equals to 8 minus 3x. So that one will give us equation 3. Having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is we will now substitute the value of our y into equation 2. So we now have it to be, we say substitute y into equation 2. So we have equation 2 to be xy equals to 8. It will now give us our x into bracket the value of our y, which is 8 minus 3x. Okay? Everything equals to 8. Now we now open the bracket. X times 8, it will give us 8x minus x times 3x, it will give us 3x squared. Everything equals to 8. So from there now, the next thing we are going to do is, this our 8, we'll bring it to the other side. It will now give us 8x minus 3x squared. When you bring it from right hand side to left hand side, the sign will change. It will now turn to minus 8. Everything equals to 0. Now we have quadratic equation. So you will now rearrange it. Now 3x squared will come first. Minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 8 equals to 0. Now for us to now solve this quadratic equation now, this minus that we have in front of 3x squared, we will now eliminate it. So how are we going to eliminate it? We will just say multiply minus 1 all through. So when you multiply minus 1 now, minus 1 times minus 1, it will give us plus 1. So we have plus 3x squared. So minus times plus will give us minus 8x. Minus times minus plus 8 equals to 0. So we have it like this now. So from there, we will now think of how to solve it. There are so many methods we can use. We can use factorization, we can use completing the square method, we can use quadratic formula, and also we can solve it graphically. So now let's now use quadratic formula. Quadratic formula says x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Everything over 2a. Now once we have the formula to use like that, then we will now identify our a, b and c. So now from the quadratic equation, our a now, which is coefficient of x squared, a equals to 3, b equals to coefficient of x, which is minus 8, and c equals to constant, which is 8. So those are the variables we are going to substitute into the formula. So it will now give us x equals to our minus b, which is minus 8. So we now have it to be minus 8. So we have two minus there. And if you understand it, you can solve it direct. And minus times minus, it will give you plus. So now, plus or minus square root of our b, which is a minus 8, minus 8 square minus 4 times our a is 3 times 3, our c is 8 times 8, everything over 2 times 3. Now from there now we now have it to be x equals to minus times minus plus 8 plus or minus square root of minus 8 square means minus 8 times minus 8. It will give us 64. So minus, now we have it here, minus 4 times 3 times 8. You can do it like this, 3 times 8, with that one will give you 24. Then 24 times 24, that one will give us 96, but let's check it. So now we have 24 times what? Times 4. 4 times 4, 16. We write 6, we keep 1. 4 times 2, 4 plus 1. And 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So we have it to be 96. So we have now minus 96 all over 2 times 3, 6. So from there now, we will now subtract. Now our x equals to 8 plus or minus square root of, now we have 64 minus 96. When you minus it, 2, 3. So we are going to have 32, but it's going to be minus 32, everything over 6. Why is it minus 32? Because the number value you have by your right hand side is bigger than what you have in your left hand side. So it will now give us negative answer. So from there now, x equals to 8 plus or minus, now we have minus 32. Now when you have minus in your square root like this, so now you will now introduce what we call real number, which is I. So when you introduce I into it now, so that you multiply it by I, so from there we can now make it to be square root of 16 times 2, then now times I, everything over 6. X equals to 8 plus or minus, now square root of 16 now will give us 4. Then 4 into what? Root 2 times I all over 6. So you can also write it to be like this. Implies to 8 plus or minus 4i into root 2, everything over 6. Now with what we have now, we can equally reduce it. So how are we going to reduce it? Here now we have 6, we have 8, we have 4. So we can reduce it. It will now give us x equals to 2 into 6, 3, 2 into 8, 4. So we have 4 plus or minus 2 into 4, 2i root 2, everything over 3. Now as we have it like this now, then because of this plus or minus, so we are going to have our answer to be in 2 form. So we now have x equals to 4 plus, we choose plus first, 2i root 2 all over 3, or 4 minus 2i root 2 all over 3. So that's the answer for our x. So after that, now the next